degrees. We're having a hell of a heat wave. So what does someone do when the temperature is boiling? Simple. You cook and you drink. So today we got a hell of a menu planned. I figured since the heat's turned up, whenever it gets hot in summertime, my blood starts craving seafood. Okay, shrimp, clams, lobster, it's the Italian in me. So I figured today we'll do a little surf and turf. To tell you the truth, I was gonna do a chicken and shrimp dish, but then I went to the butcher shop today and I saw these beautiful strip steaks in the window, and they just started calling to me. They're going, psst, psst, Tommy, come here. Hey, fuckface, buy us. So, you know, I mean, how could you say no? I mean, take a look at that. Would you say no to that? I sure as hell can't. I mean, that's as good as tits in a tank top right there. Okay, today's menu, we're going to do a nice, rare grilled strip steak. I'm going to pair that with a chili pineapple grilled shrimp, Carolina coleslaw, or spicy Carolina coleslaw, and of course, to round everything out, you need a beverage, right? So, I figured I'd use one of my favorite summer cocktails, a vodka cola. Take a mixing glass, you fill it with ice. Grab yourself a bottle of Tito's or whatever your favorite vodka is. As you can see, we use the fucking handles around here. We ain't screwing around. So you want about 2 shots of vodka. Okay? Alright, now you're going to add about 6 ounces of your favorite lemonade. You can make it, you can buy it, you can do whatever you like. I'm actually using a 0 sugar one, so it's a little bit carb friendly. So you figure about 6 ounces of lemonade. Okay? Put the lid on it and give it a good little shake. I always like to shake my cocktails whenever I can because it super chills it. That looks about right. Now, I have my highball glass just getting chilly and frosty in the freezer. There you go. Strain over some fresh ice. Oh, yeah, baby. Look at that. Talk to me, baby. Talk to me. Okay? And then, just top it with a little club soda. There you go. And to make it look extra fancy, I'm going to garnish it with a lemon wheel. Come on. Doesn't that look beautiful? Got to move the lemon wheel to drink it. That's summer in a glass right there. That'll cool you down for sure. All right, so, as I said, tonight's menu. Grilled New York strip steak. Chili pineapple grilled shrimp. And a spicy Carolina slaw. So I'm going to start off with my steak. I've had my steak hanging out for about 15-20 minutes at room temperature. Like I said, you always want to grill your steak at room temp, never straight from the fridge. That way it stays nice and tender. So, once again, steak should always taste like steak. Don't go crazy seasoning the hell out of it. I'm going to take a little extra virgin olive oil and just drizzle it right on top. This keeps the steak from sticking to the grates. Okay? And it helps your seasoning adhere to it. Okay? Very simply, get a little salt and pepper. Okay, flip that over, and I'm going to do her again. You never want one-sided tasting food. Okay, again, a little fresh kosher salt. Nice. Don't be stingy. Okay. A little fresh cracked black pepper. And that's it. That's all she wrote. Okay, so to assemble the Carolina style dressing for our Carolina slaw, you're going to need a couple things. First, you're going to need about 2/3 of a cup of vegetable oil. Okay? So we're going to add that to a saucepan. We're going to put this on medium to high heat. Okay? You don't want to scorch it. So you got 2/3 of a cup of vegetable oil. You're going to add 1 cup of vinegar. You could either use white vinegar or apple cider vinegar. I'm going to go with the apple cider only because it's got a nicer taste to it. All right? You can add 1 cup of granulated sugar. If you like it a little sweeter, you could add more or less. Okay? I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt to this. All right? I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of garlic powder and 1 teaspoon of chili flakes. I'm going to kick this thing up a little bit, okay? Could be hot, sweet, tangy. Ooh, girl, going to hit all the spots. Then we got to get, you want to add maybe about a half a teaspoon of fresh cracked black pepper. Okay? So we're just going to let this cook until the sugar dissolves. You want to give it a good little stir. All right, so get a little Italian correctional tool. Okay? Now, if you were a kid growing up in an Italian household, you knew what this was for. It wasn't just for gravy. So, I'm just going to give this a little stir, okay? Just until the sugar dissolves. You want all the flavors to marry together. You want the pepper to leach its oils out. You want the sugar to mix with the vinegar and the oil, and it's all going to get southern and happy. There you go. All right, so, like I said, medium to low heat until this is done, until the sugar's dissolved, and then you're going to just let it cool, and then we're going to dress our coleslaw with it. Okay, so the dressing for our coleslaw is cooled down, so let's assemble the whole salad, okay? So here I have, traditional coleslaw fixings. I got some red cabbage, green cabbage, and some carrots that I shredded up. To that, I'm going to add about a half of a finely chopped onion, okay? You could use a couple different types of onions for this. You could use red onion if you like. You could use, Spanish onion. I like the Vidalia onions because it adds a little bit of sweetness. So I added the onion to my coleslaw. Then I'm going to add my coleslaw dressing. Okay, there you go. Just nice like that. All right, beautiful. Okay, now you want to give this a good toss. All right, and you want to just kind of let it sit in the fridge. Just it'll chill. The flavors will absorb into the coleslaw, okay? And that's it. Pretty simple. Now, when it comes to shrimp, okay, you can do one of two things. You can have your fishmonger clean it and devein it for you. That's probably going to run you a few extra bucks. Or you could just do it yourself. It's really not that hard. Some people get a little squeamish about it. Oh my God, I can't touch it. It's so slimy. Or they don't like the vein that goes through the top. Hey, none of that shit bothers me. So, I'm going to show you real quick how to clean and devein the shrimp. And then I'll show you how we skewer it up and flavor it up. Okay, well, as you can see, peeling shrimp is not that complicated. First, you want to start with a very sharp paring knife. Now, this is pretty easy. Like I said, you could have your fishmonger do it, or you can do it yourself. So what I do is, you want to hold the shrimp like this. See how my fingers are? You take your paring knife, blade side up. You want to get it just underneath the shell, and then just crank your hand forward, okay? There's a little seam up the back of the shell, and you just pop it with your knife. Just be careful with your hands here. Always want to hold the bottom end of the shrimp, and just work your way down to the tail. Now, usually when I get to the tail, I like to pinch the tail, see? There we go, okay? And as you can see, the shell comes off pretty simple. A lot of people make a big deal about this. It's not that complicated, okay? There you go. Now, for the not so fun part, deveining it. See, again, take the point of your knife, okay? I don't know if you can see, yeah, see that? See this little ridge line? Sometimes there's a vein that runs down the back of it. Here, it's just a little one. Okay, so you just want to take your knife and just kind of scrape it out. Okay? I know some people get grossed out by this, but it don't bother me. Because I know when these shrimp are done, they're going to be delicious. You know what I'm saying, girl? Shit. Love me some shrimp. Now, here's a fun fact. On the bottom side of the shrimp, there's another vein. All right, so again, you take your blade, put the shrimp flat, take your blade, and just run it down the middle, okay? And it just pops right out. See? Easy. Not that complicated. All right? As you can see, I got my shrimp all cleaned and deveined. Now they're ready to be skewered and then put on a barbecue. Okay, so now we're going to assemble the sauce for our grilled shrimp, okay? I wanted to go a little bit, summery, citrusy, so I'm going to make a pineapple vinaigrette. Actually, it's going to be a chili pineapple vinaigrette. So first you're going to start with some olive oil. Nothing crazy, no extra virgin. I don't want too much of the olive oil flavor to come out. Just a little bit. So I'm going to start about maybe a quarter cup, okay? I'm going to eyeball this. Now to that, I'm going to add about a teaspoon of this Emerald's Asian Essence, okay? It's good stuff. If you can't find it, you could certainly make it. Emerald has a recipe on his website for that, so I'll give him a little shout out, okay? So I added about a teaspoon of that. I'm going to add about a teaspoon of chili flakes, okay? A little less if you don't like it so hot, a little more if you like it hotter. But I want to be able to taste my shrimp. Okay, shrimp is a great canvas for flavor because it absorbs everything that you put on it very nicely. Okay, I'm going to put a little pinch of salt. Okay, about a half a teaspoon of that. Some fresh cracked black pepper. Okay, and I got the zest of half a lemon and half a lime. Okay, so add that in. The zest brings a lot of flavor, nice little citrusy pop. It's going to cut through a lot of that heat. Now, I have a little bit of pineapple juice. Now, I want to make a vinaigrette, so I want to whisk this in. You want to be careful not to break it, okay? When I say break it, you don't want to separate the oil from the pineapple juice, so you don't want to add too much of it, just a little bit, okay, until it comes together just like that. The rest of this, you can make a cocktail with a little vodka or a little tequila, okay? Perfect. And we're going to brush that on our shrimp as we're grilling it. That's going to be something special. Here, let me taste that. Use a little bit more pine. Ooh, Lord, girl, that got some heat to it. Ooh, shit. Okay, we just want to add a little bit more pineapple juice. Okay, like I said, you got to eyeball this. You just like I said, you want it to come together like a nice little vinaigrette, almost like a salad dressing. That's got some fire to it. Fire down below. Okay. Perfect. There we go. We're ready. We're in business. All right. So this gets brushed on our shrimp. Shrimp's going to grill up real quick. Okay. While our steak is resting, that's when we'll do the shrimp. Now, I'm going to skewer the shrimp. I've had my skewers soaking in water for about an hour or so. The reason you want to do that is because if not, they're going to catch fire and ignite unless you're using metal skewers. Okay. So we're going to assemble this whole dish and we're going to throw it on a grill. Check it out. So pretty simple. Okay. I got my shrimp all skewered up. What I did was, here's a little pro tip. See, I put 2 skewers through it. That way the shrimp doesn't flip around. If you just put 1 skewer through it, it's going to keep spinning, makes it almost impossible to handle on a grill. So, if you go 2 skewers per line, very easy to deal with. Okay? So, I brushed my shrimp with a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, just so it doesn't stick. And then just in the final cooking minutes of the shrimp, I'm going to brush it with that pineapple chili glaze. Now, shrimp cooks very quickly. Couple 2-3 minutes, no problem. As a matter of fact, it's got a built-in thermometer. As soon as that shrimp starts to turn pink, yank it off the fire because it's already good to go. Okay, so while our steak is resting, that's when we'll do our shrimp. And then when we're going to put this dish together, it's going to be lights out. So, hang out, grab a cocktail, grab 2 cocktails, grab 3 cocktails, some friends, some girls, some guys, whatever you like, and hang out with me today, and you're going to eat right. So, let's go check out the fire. Okay, so we got our grill cranked up to about 600 degrees, which is the perfect temperature to sear our steak. So remember, 3 minutes on one side, 2 minutes on the other. That's a perfect rare. You want to turn it quarter of a turn through the cooking process to put those nice cross hatches on it. So hear that? That's the sound you want to hear when you drop the steak. All right, so 3 minutes, and then we're going to give it a little quarter turn. Okay, so we just flipped our steak. We're going to grill it for another 2 minutes on this side, and then we're going to pull it off. Just remember, always grill your steak with the hood open, otherwise it will dry out. Look at that, side by side, steak and shrimp. If you could only smell this, you'd go insane. You'd go instant retard. It smells so goddamn good. Our shrimp is almost done, as you can see. I'm going to give it a quick little brush with our sauce that we made. Okay. See, when shrimp is done, it turns pink like that. Okay, it's like a built-in timer. Look at that. Oh yeah, get in there. Those flames are good. It means it's doing its job. Okay, a few minutes, the shrimp's ready to go. So, there you have it. Check out our plate. I mean, does not look beautiful or what? Always eat with your eyes before your face. So I got my cocktail, I got my steak, I got my shrimp. Now let's munch, all right? Let's check out the steak first. Beautiful. That is a good strip. Or shrimp. Oh. You got the tang of the citrus. I could taste the lime and lemon zest coming through. The heat from the peppers, the chili pepper flake. Amazing. And now a slaw. You could put that on the bumper of a truck and it would be lights out. Listen, I'm gonna munch. Thanks for stopping into the neighborhood kitchen. Looking forward to the next episode. See you when I see you.